says every day in our prayers, we read the following. Look at the screen in front of you. It says, Baruch Atah Hashem. This is part of the Amidah prayer, the prayer that we read, which is the Shemona Esrei 3 times a day. Baruch Atah Hashem, Elokeinu Melech Haolam. Blessed are you, our God, Elokei Abraham, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And we continue, the great, mighty, awesome God, Zocher Chasdei Avot, Umevi Goel Ibnei Bneim Leman Shmo Be'ava. The end of this blessing is Melech Hozer U'Mashiach Magen, Baruch Atah Hashem, Magen Avraham. We say the shield of Abraham. The beginning of the blessing, we say, blessed are you, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. We mention all 3 of our forefathers, but at the end of the blessing, we say only the shield of Abraham. In this week's Torah portion, the Torah introduces us to Abraham. The Torah introduces us to this great Jew who founded the Judaism, the first Jew to walk on planet Earth, the first Jew to discover that there's a God in the world. But would Abraham be kind of jealous, so to speak, that Isaac, his son, and Jacob, his grandson, weren't also mentioned? Like, we can't end off, blessed art thou God, the shield of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? No, only Abraham. What was special, what was unique about Abraham? That only he is merited in this end of this blessing. Actually, God blessed him. Your reward will be great. But why specifically this? And there's a lot of answers. I'll give one fascinating answer today. And that is the following. You see, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob represent, Abraham is chesed, which is kindness. Isaac represents tefillah, which is davening, and Jacob represents Torah. Abraham Avinu was chesed, kindness on steroids. He loved doing favors for other people. He loved helping other people. In fact, that's all Abraham wanted to do, help people. In fact, when Abraham was ill because of his bris, it says that he was wondering why God didn't send him any people to be his guests. So when he sees 3 Arabs, he ran over to them and he serves them himself, and he's so happy to have them as guests. So Abraham represents chesed, kindness. What does Isaac represent? Yitzchak, Isaac, it says, Vayetze Yitzchak lasuach basadeh. Isaac went out to pray in the field. Isaac represents prayer. He prayed. Jacob, it says, V'Yaakov ish tam yoshev ohalim. Jacob represents studying Torah. Jacob studied and studied and studied Torah. Now, if you look, Abraham, we now in the year 5781, 5781 from creation. Abraham was born in the year 1948 from creation, right? Interestingly enough, 1948. So Abraham was born roughly 4,000 years ago. If you look at the history of the Jewish people from 4,000 years ago, from the born of the first Jew until today, 5781, you will notice that the trait of Abraham, Jews have continued, as opposed to Isaac and Jacob. Let's start with Jacob. Jacob studied Torah. Most Jews today don't study Torah. There are many Jews who study Torah, and it's beautiful, and we learn and we study, and the online learning today is amazing. But if you say that most Jews study Torah, that's wrong. They don't. Look at tefillah, davening. Davening is a beautiful thing. You meditate and you contemplate and you connect with God, but most Jews don't pray. Look at the synagogues. Most synagogues are empty. But if you look at chesed, kindness, the Talmud says, Umazu, this nation is very weird. When they were asked to give to the golden calf, to the biggest sin and idol, Jews gave and gave and gave. And when they were asked to give to the Mishkan, to the sanctuary, they also gave and gave and gave. So Jews give, maybe conflicting causes, maybe different various causes, but throughout our history, from 4,000 years ago till today, the one character trait of giving has remained firmly embedded in the Jews. The character that Abraham implanted in us to give and to be charitable is firmly embedded. To say that every Jew is charitable, yeah, most Jews are charitable. And that's the meaning of the ending of Shemona Esrei, Magen Avraham, the shield of Abraham. That's what we say in the end. Abraham was blessed that his thing, which is kindness, lasted throughout the generations. May Hashem help that we continue to give charity and learn from Abraham. And may God bless our tzedakah, that it should go to the right causes, the right places, and there should be a blessing in our charity.